that is something. So, we got attacked by a Bellator, 5 Secutors, 8 Venators, and 3 Acclimators. This is going to be a tough fleet to destroy because this Bellator is basically supported by like a gazillion fighters.
Orders, sir.
Fighters are going to be mainly on defensive because the Super Star Destroyer can, with time, can take out the Bellator. So, I wonder if this commander will survive. The Bellator is giving my Star Destroyer here a little attention. I wonder if we can. Yeah, there we go. Take out these turbo lasers here. Hey guys, this is Eckhart Slaughter. Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Empire at War. We are continuing our playthrough of the Thrawn's Revenge mod, and we were lucky enough to actually be granted Thrawn's Revenge 2.3, the upcoming version, which I guess is set to drop for the public this summer or this fall. I'm not sure. Either way, massive thank you to Corey, who's the lead mod dev, for giving me access to this. So to catch everyone up in case you've missed some episodes, we've done a good job. We still have hold of the core. We haven't lost any territory really here for a bit. Yeah, we've done a good job, and more importantly, in my mind, we now have kind of a base of operations in the unknown region. All of these planets are away from the front line. Most of them have at least some form of shipyard or factory or economic station or whatever. So yeah, so that's where we're at today. I'm not sure where we're going to push next. If we go through the north, we run heavily into warlords. If we go south, it's not much better. The Ariadu Authority and the other minor warlord factions mostly. But we gotta go somewhere because we've really kind of maxed out, at least until the Duskon League attacks, we've kind of maxed out the territory we can take. So I think we'll push north, or sorry, south, and just make a kind of reserve fleet up here because I don't want them kind of attacking at us from up that way. Are there any rumored Star Wars strategy games? I don't think so. Oh, hi Corey. Guys, Corey is the, by the way, he's the one who granted me access to the early version of the mod. We could try to take, like, part of me kind of actually wants to save the New Republic just because I want to steal some of their capital ships later. Oh yeah, we got a fleet over Kashyyyk. That was the last thing we did last time. So, I guess at the end of last episode I went ahead and attacked Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk, both in the lore and in this game, is an important planet because it's kind of like, I've explained this a few times, it's kind of like the journey into the core from the mid and the outer rim, and that's why the Wookiees get kind of screwed over a lot. Besides the fact that they're also kind of a very strong fighting force, or slave force for the Empire, or whatever other faction feels like abusing them.
Destination set.
They should probably replace these pretty quickly. Let's see, where else do I guess Kuat? I can probably afford to borrow those walkers. We'll leave them there. I'm too scared of something bad happening. Shardon, let's build a few capital ships over there. It's kind of hard as the Empire because there's so many routes into the core. Thankfully, we've got pretty large fleets here ready to respond, but the problem is by the time we respond, we sometimes lose planets. It's not a huge deal, but it's not great either. Kashyyyk, okay.
Escort carrier standing by.
I think I've got, oh yeah, so we'll build some tanks here as well. We're about to get, we've got good income right now, so we're making good money. Let's build the, I want to build an advanced factory. Because Kuat, you get a discount on certain things, so. Oh yeah, this version of the mod did change the icons, and now they're, instead of being circles. So I'm almost ready to move on to the Dark Empire era. The only thing I want to do... Yogg-Duel. The only thing I have at Yagdul is a bit of that New Republic fleet I stole. Okay, let's just... I'm gonna back that fleet up. I'll bring these carriers and this Dauntless down to...
Tactical battle imminent.
Ugh, crap, a Praetor. Wait, is that 4 Praetors? Oh no, 4, okay, thank God. 4 Imperial class frigates and a Praetor battlecruiser. Okay, we'll just have to retreat from that. I feel good about the Emperor making a return. I'm pretty excited to see what they plan to do. I always kind of figured the Empire, or the Emperor, would somehow be the big bad of Episode 9. True, I liberate ships so they can serve the rightful rule of the Empire. I kind of always figured the Emperor would play some sort of role in the sequel trilogy. I've kind of been predicting it for a while. I mean, not that it's an original thought or anything, but... are they going to run at me with those frigates first? Now, we'll get out of here.
Retreat in progress.
How's Murph? Murph's good. He's upstairs right now. Well, Palpatine, I don't think he'll be back physically. But I also, some people have wondered whether it'll just be he's back in hologram form, or it's like a recording of him from the past. I think it'll probably be more than that. That being said, I'm also not convinced that like he'll be back in a clone body or anything like that. Let's take this. So we don't need this entire fleet at Bilbringi. Actually, I'm pretty sure I just moved them there temporarily. Yeah, because that was the fleet that was over...
Moving to coordinates.
I had them in Chiss Space before I kind of cordoned it off. Why the Empire didn't use lats? I mean, they didn't really need them. What were they... Like, the Empire had other troop transports and... Yeah. I don't really think they needed lats. Ian McDermott said he was dead. Well, from what I understand, he basically said that don't take the trailer for face value, which I think is good advice. But Ian McDermott's not going to spoil anything either way. Do I have an interdictor? Oh no, I need to rebuild the interdictor for that fleet.
Unit cancelled.
They're expensive. Technically, the Empire are the good guys? I don't think Alderaan would agree with you. That's funny because I'm reading, or I just finished Legacy of the Force 4? Or no, it's in Legacy of the Force 5, and damn, I didn't think I'd get there in time. And Anakin, I almost said Anakin Solo. No, Ben's, they reuse all the names, it's really annoying. Ben Skywalker, not Solo in Legends, basically says the same thing. He says...
Battalion standing by.
He says, well, really, the Empire was just doing, you know, they were keeping order, and he said most people didn't even really realize the Empire were a thing.
Moving out.
And that's what Mara says, because of course Mara was a Emperor's hand, so, and she was like basically she wasn't forced to do things against her will, but she was tricked or brainwashed, I guess.
Ready to go.
And she basically says to him, because at that point the GA, which is like the state after the New Republic, is becoming very imperial-like. So she basically says, ask people of Alderaan whether they noticed the effect of the Empire. Because that's basically his argument. Well, most worlds didn't even realize the Empire was doing anything. Which really isn't true, because the Empire was heavily clamping down on things like speech, and they were heavily monitoring people and stuff. They were either overtly fascist, or like dictatorial on planets like Alderaan, or the many planets that they strip mined, or whatever else. Or they were at the very least shutting down free speech and other good stuff like that. So they really just destroy Alderaan. Huh, okay. I mean, they basically say it. They only destroy Alderaan to make a point, really. Okay, hopefully the fleet doesn't leave. They did, too. All but one Star Destroyer. Odd.
Order confirmed. Brigade
Tactical
standing
battle
by.
imminent.
Very strange ground battle. I guess the AI was just like, not feeling it. One thing that's kind of weird is that Legends has New Alderaan. I think Canon has a planet called New Alderaan too, but they never really talk about it very much.
Navigating to coordinates. Heading to destination.
Maneuvering. Yes, sir.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Love using the home one to
Flank speed.
absorb damage, basically.
TIE interceptor here.
Also, we love how the Mon Calamari captain is still captaining the ship. Nero, thank you for the 100 bits, man.
Interceptor squad.
Even when he's at
reporting.
work, he's donating. What a feller.
Bomber squadron reporting.
Oh, so good news, guys. I finally got on the Del Rey book mailing list. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I may have, but I'll finally get to do a review of books in advance now. The first one that I should get early is Alphabet Squadron, which is good because obviously that one heavily interests me. I also got Master and Apprentice today, but that's not early because I think that's releasing today, but I only got on a few days ago, so.
Star Destroyer.
Excited. Oh, Wang. Big thanks to Wang for the 44-person raid. For those guys who don't know, Wang is another excellent YouTube creator. Very different than what I do, but if you're interested in like internet, I guess internet lore really, check out his channel. And he also streams Tetris sometimes too, so that's pretty fun. A raid, so a raid is basically like, it's what we do at the end of every stream when you kind of move all your viewers to another channel, usually because you're done streaming. So yeah, I did pick up on that Futurama reference, I just didn't get to it.
Pursuing enemy forces.
But hello, new people as well. We're playing Empire at War, a modded version of it. It's a Star Wars game from like 2006.
Commander, they're hitting us.
It's really fun.
Locking on. Nowhere to
You can find the game is on Steam, by the way. I'll get a lot of questions. The game is on Steam. It usually will go down to $5, but honestly, I think it's well worth it at 20, which is what it's at now. To be honest, I would probably pay for it at 60. And the mod itself is free. In this version, it is a little better than the one that's on now, but the mod is free. Yeah. Wang is awesome. Yeah, I watch every one of his videos he puts out.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Oh, did you mean faux free? Yeah, it's 100% faux free. Alright, so we defended Yogdul. We've got this fleet now in the core. We're still a little... Oh yeah, we got raided up here, but we should be fine now because by capturing Endor, we actually freed up a lot of resources because we had a fleet sitting at Krustai, which is now the one down here. And Callist 6 is now kind of defended, so... Yeah, Twitch Prime sub is always for free if you have Amazon Prime. And of course, we're still a little vulnerable from Kurita. It's crazy. So the CSA, which is a new faction in this game, the Corporate Sector Authority, and they come from the old first from the old Han Solo books. They've like captured a lot of territory. I'm gonna keep the Executor over. I've got her over Bilbringi right now, and until I have the Bilbringi shipyards...
Building started.
Cancel that. Until I have them up to level 4 with some sort of defense platform, I'm going to keep it there. Alright, let's do the ground battle of Kashyyyk, as much as I hate them. Not the Wookiees, the ground battles. Or do I have... Let's get some more troops there, actually.
Order acknowledged.
I'll just rebuild whatever was at Kuwait. Alright, we've got 2 shuttles now being built. I think I explained this, but basically the shuttles are good because they allow you to capture enemy ships. And once we move on to the next to the next era where we play as Palpatine, we no longer have that ability. So I want to build as many as we can now. Hey, big chef trooper, what's going on? Not much, man. Glad to see you again.
Tactical battle imminent.
Ooh. Yikes. That is something. So, we got attacked by a Bellator, 5 Secutors, 8 Venators, and 3 Acclimators. This is going to be a tough fleet to destroy because this Bellator is basically supported by like a gazillion fighters. I think I kind of make it seem like I hate the Marvel movies, and I don't. Ooh, yikes.
Super Star Destroyer.
I don't like hate the Marvel movies. I just like they're fun popcorn movies. I'm just not like as into them as I am Star Wars or, you know. But no hate for them. I enjoy watching them. It's just I'm not like I don't get like super pumped or excited for them.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Honestly, we could probably kill this Bellator. We should retreat. The annoying part is I just captured that chaff and we're gonna lose it.
I've got him.
To be fair, we're actually dominating this thing's shields, but
Super Star Destroyer.
the only thing I'm a bit worried about is they're gonna have like crazy fighter advantage. Yeah, it is my fault, and it's kind of stupid that I do that because I kind of complain about people that dislike Star Wars just because it's popular, when really it's the same thing with, you know, the Marvel movies or whatever. It's totally fine to, you know, recognize that they're not pieces of high fiction or whatever. But just like hating something because it's popular, I think, is probably a bit much. The weak from the chaff, that's a good one. Okay, we're gonna need support ships for this. Let's see. 3. Okay, this will help. Thankfully, I was smart and I built a bunch of carriers.
Move order
Get to
acknowledged.
Borlias as quickly as you can.
Roger that.
I swear we must have killed like, I don't know how many. You know what? Maybe I'll move this fleet back up. I don't know how many
We're moving out.
Bellators we've killed this playthrough, but the enemy has just been absolutely tossing them at us.
Unit. Building under construction.
I think we must have killed at least 3 so far. Would be my guess. All right, so we're gonna take this thing down for sure. Still have the right? No, I don't. Glad I checked.
Brigade standing
Tactical
by.
battle imminent.
Knew they were gonna do that. They can't take Belgrade, but. Hopefully that fleet. I'm kind of upset about that hypervelocity cannon, but our fleet's in position now, so I think we should try this. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Move out.
Awaiting your command.
Rebuild that cannon when we get a chance.
Tactical battle
Yeah, when the shuttles land, they will they'll put some shots
Enemy
off.
has been spotted.
Oh god, this map is so small. It's really not fair.
Choose your reinforcements.
On the positive side, that means we can cheekily Where? That might be too much. Honestly, like, we can outgun a Bellator in a straight fight pretty easily. So maybe that's what we'll try to do.
At once. Yes, sir. Move order acknowledged. Maneuvering.
And then we'll back out and
Yes, sir.
take care of whatever's left.
Move order acknowledged.
Let's jump. What kind of command tier 4? It's better than nothing.
We shall be there shortly.
Well, I'm just gonna jump this MC-80 just to soak up some damage.
Capacity.
So that's what these things are basically made for. I really miss the hypervelocity cannon right now.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Okay.
Orders, sir.
Fighters are going to be mainly on
For the
defensive
Empire.
because
Superstar
the Superstar Destroyer can, with time, can take out the Bellator. So
For your next command. All sections at your command, my lord. All batteries commence
I
firing.
mean, I will send the bombers in on attack duty, I guess, but the scimitars will just do. They'll just be anti-fighter bombers.
Eyes reporting in. Draw their
Wonder if this
Awaiting your command.
commander will survive.
Superstar Destroyer ready.
Ready for orders.
Stay in formation.
Nice. We're absolutely wrecking the shields of that thing. We're gonna lose this Moncal cruiser again. It's fine. It was 100% free. I mean, would it be better to keep it? Sure, but it's not a huge deal.
Target the lasers.
It'll cost me 20 goddamn pop cap, so that opens me up for what do I want? So that's 12. Sure.
Right away. Coming about.
Get behind them. Tightening up.
Taking fire.
Your command.
Engaging you.
Man, we've lost like no health here. That's great.
Under control. Watch him. He's coming around.
Jedi Fallen Order. I'm excited for the game. That being said, the trailer didn't do a lot for me. It didn't make me less pumped, but it didn't. I don't know. It was way too safe, I think. That being said, I mean the game will most likely still be. I'll probably get a review copy, but if I didn't, it would still be a. It'd still be a day one for me.
Position. I'll take care of
Basically
this.
everything's like a Corvette to an Executor. These Secutors, we could de-shield them here. Like I will de-shield them. I'll just take a second and help with these Star Destroyers.
Enemy ships
I mean, I still got this entire flank firing at the Bellator.
to be destroyed. He's headed toward
What are you guys doing? You guys got to get in. Help do something.
position. Closing on
We've lost our turbo lasers.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Oh, see you, Big Chief. Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Engaging the enemy.
Falling out of formation.
Tightening up.
He's dying, but it's whatever.
Finish him.
Reporting in.
There goes that victory. I kind of want to wait till I can. Whatever.
Intercepting.
Setting course.
Throw in a couple dauntlesses.
Enemies in
Nice launcher.
As long as we don't lose the SSD, we should be fine, regardless of what
I'm on
happens.
this one.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get gameplay at E3. I would have really liked to get some for the trailer, or something like nothing about the story really hooked me from the trailer because we kind of knew like what we were getting already.
Narrow position.
You know what I mean? So
Under control.
X2 is where my videos are gonna go. So like my main videos will still go on X2, and I'm thinking maybe whenever I start a new series, I'll do the first episode of that either on this channel, or sorry, either on my main YouTube channel or on X2.
Intercepting.
X2 is easier because like I can just literally leave the video up and it will serve as like the first part of the series.
regroup.
I'll take care of this.
Enemies in range. Intercepting.
I'm recording some lines for a mod tonight actually, which should be fun.
He's headed your
They've
direction.
disabled our laser. Target locked.
Roger that.
In position.
We turn their carriers away.
Tightening up. I'm on them.
Our engine is down.
Pursuing enemy forces. Let's
My carriers are just sitting back doing nothing. This is why I said one of the safest ships in any battle is a properly used carrier. That's fine. The Dauntless, like, It was just a captured meat shield, basically.
He's coming around.
I'm gonna wait until I lose. Actually,
Watch your back.
what do I want to do with it? Wait, what are you doing? Stop, stop, stop. Why'd you move back into range if you're so weak?
Gun them down.
I like using the Dauntless basically as like... It's really nice if you have 2 or 3 of them because they're so sturdy. They don't put out a lot of firepower, but they're super sturdy, so... You drop 2 or 3, like, anywhere, like at a ship's flank, and they just kind of slowly rip away at it. Let's see how this Venator fares under some direct executor fire. Not good. So this Bellator's nearly done. Oof.
Destroyer here.
That Bellator is giving my Star Destroyer here a little attention. I wonder if we can... Yeah, there we go. Take out these turbo lasers here.
Our launch bay is gone. They've taken out our launch.
So I mean, that's such a good thing about having the enemy's shields down before yours in this mod. It's less so in the base game because of how bombers work, but basically we can determine like this whole side of the ship now is significantly less effective because we've destroyed the turbo lasers.
He's coming around.
Worst ship to be for survivability in my fleet would probably be anything that I capture. No, probably like any sort of frigate, like light frigate goes down pretty quickly.
Our lasers are destroyed.
The Dauntlesses get used aggressively as well, like I'll throw them at the enemy basically, like I did with this one. What did we just... Oh, Star Destroyer just got busted. That's fine, we'll just jump this victory right in the middle. We're playing as the Imperial Remnant. So it starts off with the Ruling Council, then you get Thrawn, then later it'll turn into the Dark Empire, pretty soon actually. And then you get like Dala, and then it ends with Palion is the last one you can get. They're jumping all these carriers in close range. It is kind of shitty that like they're getting new fighters into the fold, but ultimately we're taking them out pretty quickly. And they're jumping them in so close to our Super Star Destroyer that it's like kind of bad news for them. But that being said, I would really like to take down their Dreadnought as soon as possible.
Our engines are gone, sir.
So they basically just... That poor Secutor. It's taking like full... Oh my goodness. Look, every single hard point just like got annihilated there. Watch this one. Same thing. Let's drop a couple munificence here just to help with these last hard points.
Where are the others? I got one. Engaging the enemy.
Get behind them.
Yes, sir.
Falling out of formation.
The lasers are our
I'm
target.
on this one.
I've got 2 dogs, Murphy and Remy, and a cat named Wilbur. And a baby.
Our turbo laser batteries have been disabled. The laser cannons.
Just jump this thing right in here, have a boost weapon power. Beautiful.
They destroyed our ion cannon.
Watch for enemy ships.
Nice, my hero's still alive as well. The only thing I am a bit worried about is them getting absolute fighter superiority, but now that the Bellator is down, we can probably run.
He's headed your direction.
Let's see. Just take inventory. Shields are still up in there. We'll lose... Actually, that Dauntless is still technically alive. Let's just see what we can do.
We're being targeted. Enemies in your position. I'll take care of this. Getting a lock.
Target locked. I've got him. Squad, move in.
Yeah, diplomatic ships aren't warships, though. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is getting absolutely overwhelmed by fighters, but this is why I'm kind of considering retreat, because they do have a lot right now. I could move those Quasars up because they've got laser cannons, but probably safer just to jump out and try again. Not even the Dauntless might get away. Yeah, it looks like it's about to lose its engines.
I'm on this one. Under control. Gun them down.
Falling out of formation.
Watch him. He's
Oh wow, he made it. There we go. So we lost Carrick, Dauntless, Escort Carrier, Imp Star Destroyer. Oh, I forgot about that MC-80. 2 victories, not bad. They lost 3 Secutors, 5 Venators, a Bellator, and an Acclimator. So we're just going to go back, we'll retreat, and we'll just go clean that up really quickly. Won't take a second. Hey George, welcome to the stream, dude.
Tactical battle imminent.
Is the Executor a good example of a larger dreadnought? I mean, it's one of the biggest, so yep. Let's see, what are they attacking with here? None of those weird fleets we can't see because the ship model's not like finalized. Do we have a gun? No. We'll just auto-resolve that. We're not going to kill anything. Here, pause.
Moving out.
I want to get maybe 2 more shuttles queued up. Then we'll move on and to Dark Empire. We'll get the Eclipse. Then we can go on a rampage. Nice, we caught the rest of the fleet. They should have retreated. Brutal Ghost, 26 Twitches. Thank you very much for the
Enemy
host.
unit sighted.
More like a brutal host, am I right?
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay. How about this one? And one of these?
Heading out.
A few of these.
Maneuvering. Yes, sir. Move order
Look
acknowledged.
at that poor Venator. It's thinking like simultaneously destroy 5
Right
different
away.
ships.
Roger.
Moving ahead.
At maximum unit capacity. Super Star Destroyer ready. Engaging the enemy.
Stay in formation.
Cruiser standing
Move
by.
back, please.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Draw their fire. Yes, Commander.
Our engines are destroyed.
Oh
sir.
no!
Navigating.
Ready for command, sir.
Reporting.
I'd like to see a Venator go toe-to-toe with an
Our
ISD.
launch bay has been disabled.
Not gonna be good for you. Just a hint.
Super Star Destroyer ready.
Go after them.
Excellent shot.
No, these are... I forget which faction this is.
I'll take care of this.
Yeah,
All sections at your
Pentastar, I think?
Fire at will.
Enemies in range.
Closing on
Star
target.
Destroyer standing by.
Look at the engines.
Direct fire on the engines.
Target locked.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Attacking the lasers.
Intercepting. He won't be around much longer. Target
Star Destroyer reporting.
Would the
in.
Force destroy this entire fleet? Well,
the enemy.
Destroy.
depends.
Our lasers have been
Palpatine
destroyed.
in one of his Force Storm Rages, yeah. Or the whole Jedi Academy, like in the Jedi Academy trilogy, yeah.
Squadron
But
standing by.
not routinely.
Take out those engines.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, we're gonna chase these
Destroy
suckers
the
down.
engines.
Ready for battle.
Stuff like that was very rare.
Super Star Destroyer
Awaiting
ready.
orders.
He's headed your direction.
I've got him.
Narrowing position. Tightening up.
I love this. Just like this one Star Destroyer is hunting down these other 2.
Get behind them.
Watch him. He's
Not even getting fired on.
I have them.
return to your position. Excellent shot. Let's finish him. I'll take care of this.
Well, technically Luke didn't do it because he was, I think, in a coma at that point.
Coming around.
Awaiting your orders.
From, I almost said Nega Sadao, Exar Kun.
Target locked. Closing on
I think he's in a
You won't be
coma
around
at
much
that point.
longer.
When they get attacked.
Enemy has been defeated.
I don't remember.
Retreat aborted.
Sucks. Feels like we gotta start all over on Bilbringi. Let's move some forces to the ground. It's just... which one of these planets can make stuff? Here.
Recruiting.
I gotta clear out that fleet over Typhera. It's gonna annoy me. Let's do Kashyyyk. Is everybody there? Yes.
Invasion commencing.
Hello, Calm. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How long do I usually stream for? Tonight it'll probably be about 3 hours. Sometimes I do 5, sometimes I do an hour and a half. It depends, really. There's no, I wouldn't say there's any kind of
Use your
strict.
reinforcements.
On my
I'd
way,
say
sir.
3 hours is pretty standard, but I do go about 5 nights a week.
Yes, sir.
Can I get through
Over
here?
there.
Probably ground units can.
On my way, sir.
At
Heading out.
maximum unit
Reporting.
capacity.
Deploying stormtroopers.
Yeah, tonight we started pretty early, but I also have a lot to do,
Ready.
so
Dropping additional
I've got it.
UAV ready.
I've got basically an
Acknowledged.
entire video to do after this. So
Destination set.
well, I wasn't gonna talk about this on stream, but it's too funny not to.
Copy.
I'm on like I'm going away, so I was like, I used to do fasting a lot, basically,
Armored transport
where
ready.
you go
Leading
like
to target. I
usually you'd go 24 hours without eating. And I'm on one now, but it's like a 5-day one basically, and you have to drink a little bit, but I'm on day 2, and it's just I'm in like such a bad
got it.
mood.
Reporting in. On my way, sir. Brigade standing
But I used to do like a 24, or actually it's 36-hour fast every week, once a week.
Construction complete.
Usually I'd wake up, start at 12, or start at like the night before, do it throughout sleep, do the entire day, and then fasting's actually really healthy. Not just from like, I'm not like one of those weird cleansing health gurus or anything, but fasting is actually good for you.
Walker moving out.
But you drink a lot of water
Look, sir.
usually,
It's them.
but you can get a little grumpy sometimes. Oops.
Ready to go.
What are these? Oh, it's just a saber. Looked like it was floating. Welcome to myself. Thank you very much for the 1,500 biddies, my dude.
Unit destroyed.
Classic. Thank you very much, man. Greatly appreciate that. But yeah, it's not a great time, but you feel really good afterwards. Usually you'll drop a bit of weight too, of
Just
course.
give me a target.
Not like as much as people
Rolling
think. But for me, like, I want to get back on a diet, and I find like if I want to be really serious about it, it helps for me, like, kind of from a behavioral or mental standpoint to start off really strong,
Moving to position.
and then after that, usually I can go. Should need so much
New
pizza.
coordinates.
I love pizza too. I'm a pizza guy for
Form
sure.
up. Awaiting your orders.
Could I sneak through guys there? I don't know. Yeah, when I lived in Toronto, my main problem is when I lived in Toronto, I worked on I think it was the 42nd floor of a building. And every day I used to bike 5K to work. It was like total 5K. In the morning I'd go for a 5 to 10K run. And then I would always do the steps in my building instead of taking the elevator. So like I was in really good shape,
Roger that.
and I did the CN Tower stair climb, and I came in like top 20%, I think. I had like a 15-16 minute completion time, which was like way better than I expected when I started training. I was never like a very good runner.
On my way.
Like I could run like 10, like for an hour basically, and then I was done.
Right away.
And I never really got much better than that. Maybe a little bit, but not much. And then I just like
Reporting.
started
Yes, sir.
YouTube, and like I just became so much less active, and I haven't really managed to like fix that yet. So I'm hoping like this will kind of be the start of something good. We need AT-ATs through here.
Reporting. Heading out. Destination set.
I also used to be very strict about how much I ate, especially when I was like training for the thing.
Moving out.
I would be max 1,500 calories a day. Most of that would be like I'd eat eggs almost every day. I'd eat
Affirmative, sir. Heading out.
yeah, usually eggs,
On
chicken.
my way. Inputting coordinates. On my way.
Reporting.
But I also like ate bad stuff too.
All out, troops.
Especially because with work, I'd have a lot of lunch meetings, and usually my boss would pay for me because I was like at the time I was the poor articling student.
Scouting. Ready.
But I really like you can't. I don't really have a very like. It's not fancy pizza because I mean pizza regardless isn't that fancy, but I like a white sauce or like an olive oil or whatever.
Commencing attack.
What the hell is that firing?
Walker moving to attack. Always ready.
And damn, I shouldn't be talking about this. It's making me hungry now. I still have 3 days to go because it's 5 days in total.
On my way. Armor transport ready. Affirmative.
Let's go see what's over
area.
here. Walkers, you guys go
Reporting
through.
in. Targeting at maximum firepower.
I could always use more AT-ATs. Never have too many. These mine? Oh, these are the Wookiees.
Reporting in.
Oh, damn it, Wookiees, go home.
Attacking target.
Oh, the Wookiees are the yellow faction. I thought
Charge.
that makes sense.
Attack.
Keep going. Cancelled.
Roger that.
These goddamn Wookiees are probably killing all my.
Let's move
I'll
out.
send you guys along back. There's probably stuff back there we need to destroy as well.
Awaiting your order.
Like if I get pizza by myself, I got like weird stuff. Like I'll have like it's like broccoli and mushroom and
Attack that target.
spinach,
Attacking target.
like light sauce or olive oil.
This way.
Yeah, seriously, those trees are freaking me out, man. See you. Who has to go? Oh, nasty milk parts. That describes like the first few months of having a kid.
Yes, Commander.
Well, more than the first few months, actually. We need some of our ATSTs in here because
Armor ready. Moving to fire.
you're just gonna need to chill and get your shields back up.
Yes, Commander. Ready.
Unit destroyed.
AT-AT
Man, they got a lot of stuff in here.
Armor transport ready.
We still have, yeah. You guys need to get in and support us because we got too many short things that are shooting us. Move in, move in, move in, move in.
Over there. Warm up. Awaiting your orders.
I haven't lost an AT-AT all campaign, but I feel like this mission might have the first one. First
Commencing
loss.
attack.
Alright, we got bombs. I've been like just trying to save a target, but
Roger that.
in the end I'm just wasting them.
I copy.
Like trying to wait for a good enough
Reporting.
target, but being too picky.
Walker moving to attack.
Unit destroyed.
Hey, I said we are gonna lose one, so I didn't jinx myself. I was being realistic.
Targets engaged.
Unit destroyed.
Nice, that kind of hit the perfect area.
Destroyed.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Maximum firepower.
Reporting.
If he can't do it, Corey can. It's probably true.
Yes, Commander.
Actually, I think we should be fine. I could repair these too.
Ready. Acknowledge.
Like, I don't know how much is left for us to capture.
AT-AT ready. Armor transport ready. Reporting in. Roger that. Inputting coordinates.
Anti-aircraft? Blow that up for me real quick.
Cannons charge. Attack. Fire.
There's one up here.
Awaiting
Move up here then, please.
Awaiting orders. Scouting area. Copy. Let's go.
Hurry up, would you? Jeez Louise.
Order, sir.
Get over here.
Fallout troops. Reporting.
Did you walk any slower? My goodness.
Let's move out.
Oof. Well, that sucks. Did not realize there's a turret there.
I copy. Right
Let me
away.
guess. This is full of people. Nope. Okay.
Moving out.
Bleach Pizza, thank you for the 934 bits. Much appreciated, dude. 1,000 in total. Thank you.
Heading out.
I very much appreciate the generosity, my friend.
Bombardment available.
Fall out.
Just like kill all the
Let's move
Wookiees
out.
too or something.
Bombing run
Very
available.
rare you get your second bombing or your second bombardment ready before your second bombing run.
Keep going. This way.
We are victorious.
Huh, I must have just stepped on somebody. Cool. Alright guys, YouTube, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully enjoying this video. I know, Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to continue playing. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. Say bye-bye, YouTube. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time.